Right. So
He's the one who told me that The Last Exorcism wasn't good. So I thought this movie's a piece of shit.
he can't get over
But
that.
he thinks every movie's like The Exorcist.
No,
So anyway,
I do
I
not.
watched The Last Exorcism, and the movie was good.
I agree.
Oh, now you agree. But the first time he reviewed it, he didn't like it at all.
I saw it in a drive-through. It didn't kind of really connect like that with me.
We got another film.
We always have another film, right? That's the way it is.
I know that. But last week we was talking about
The Bay.
The Bay, and films that are actually that could happen in real life.
Yes.
And we have another film.
We have another film like that. Another found footage.
Another found footage film. The camera shakes and all that stuff. But this one, believe it or not, was actually filmed very well, in my opinion.
It was unique. It's called The Frankenstein Theory.
Yes, the Frankenstein Theory.
What's that about, Vic?
All right, the Frankenstein Theory. It's basically about these group actually one guy who actually wants to, he has a past. His ancestors have something to do with Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm.
So he wants to explore more about what happened in the past with
Right.
his,
He has a theory, actually, which is the name of the movie, The Frankenstein Theory.
His theory, of course, is that Frankenstein exists.
Right.
And he has, and the thing is, this guy is smart. He is in college. He's top of his class, and he got thrown out of college because of his theories.
Right.
Yeah. He gathers these group of people, the film crew, and they go on
to document his journey to the Arctic.
Right.
Where he believes the Frankenstein monster is still living to this day
This
because
is
of an
very,
extended
very,
lifespan.
very
right?
far.
Yeah, very far. Like he gives up everything. He gives up his girlfriend. He gives up his
Well, he doesn't
college.
give up his girlfriend.
Well, she kind of gives up on him.
Well, she kind of gives up on him because these theories of his are just utterly insane. Everybody thinks he's insane.
Yeah.
And he doesn't look insane. He looks actually smart.
Mm-hmm.
But he just wants to he has this gut feeling that it's true, so he wants to pursue it because, he just can't release it. He just cannot release that. If he doesn't ever explore this, if it's real or not, he just can't live with himself. That's the kind of expression I got from the guy. He needs to explore it until...
it's as if he couldn't be at peace with himself until he knew for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even though the audio guy and the camera guy and, the only one who still trusted him was his friend, the girl who was like leading the whole film production.
And the audio guy and the camera guy, they all thought he was nuts.
They thought he was nuts.
And the girl says, look, I've known this guy for a long time. I'm in college. I know he's always telling the truth. There has to be something here. And actually, they all went along with him because he was paying them.
Yeah.
He was paying them a good substantial amount of money.
Right, exactly.
For the traveling, for so forth. So let me tell you something about this film. Good characterization in this film. The director who filmed this, you got the sense of characters, you knew about them, you cared for the characters. I hate films where people die and you actually don't care. I say, great, he's dead, get him out of the way, let's go on to the film. No, this one you actually care for the characters.
You actually care, you're like, damn,
and that was
wrong.
Yeah, right. And of course, I've done it again. I put myself in that position when these guys are out there in the freaking wilderness in the freaking cold. It must be below 30, and they're there hunting for this Frankenstein guy. Oh, I mean, I feel it cold, and it was hot. It's the summertime.
You know what was really scary? The part when they were like trying to sleep, not in the tent, but in that little wooden shed.
Right, they end up finding some wooden shed to
like
stay
a century old or something.
Yeah, it was like a century old. It was like no bigger than, I don't know, like a hut,
right,
or whatever. And they stood in there, and at nighttime, they would hear noises. reminiscent of the Blair Witch Project.
Right.
A lot of the Blair Witch Project is in this film.
I agree. Like that's all I kept on thinking about when I was watching this movie. I was like, wow, this is a lot like the Blair Witch Project, except it's in the Arctic.
Right.
You know, and instead of a witch, it's the Frankenstein monster. So,
Right.
so it was kind of like, and
You know what? I was thinking that if this film was, Blair Witch was never made, and this film came out first, this would have gotten a notoriety.
this might have set the standard.
This might have set the standard of the found footage film.
Yeah, it's possible.
But it's almost the same film, just Frankenstein and these other, and just like in Blair Witch, I fell in love with the characters. Well, actually, I didn't fall in love. I care for them.
And he didn't take it too personal.
Right, and I care for these characters. So it was just almost identical. It's just in two different areas, and it was creepy, it was scary, and I enjoyed it.
I liked the concept because Frankenstein has had so many different incarnations since the Boris Karloff and Bela Lugosi days and stuff like that. So you kind of like get this. So refreshed sense.
I actually wasn't expecting a Frankenstein with a flat head.
No,
I wasn't expecting that.
No, and neither was I. No. It actually was a lot closer to Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
You mean the one with Robert De Niro?
Yes.
Right, I know.
Because and where does it end and start? In the Arctic.
Right.
So it was very tight into the novel, and the main character, the guy, the college dude who wanted to go out there into the Arctic, was using the novel by Mary Shelley as a reference. Because it's a fictional work that was based on actual events. That's the way he kind of described it.
Yep.
So it was pretty good. I was like, "Ooh, that's a nice twist." I never heard of the Frankenstein story going in this direction. So I thought that was different. I loved that idea.
And what I like about this film is that there wasn't a lot of moving the camera around like in other films,
right.
like VHS.
Sometimes you get a little.
I can't stand VHS. Where I mean, no one in reality holds a camcorder and shakes it that bad.
Yeah.
No one.
Yeah.
Only if you're running for your life, you're running with the camera on you. That's when the camera starts shaking.
But you see them running here, but a lot of it is at night, and the lighting was good.
Yeah, the lighting was good.
They used the night vision when they had to. Vision. But aside from that, it was dark as heck.
Right, it was dark.
You know what I mean?
That's what I liked about it.
Real.
It looked real.
Like the Blair Witch.
Yeah, and when it was turning, when the sun was going down.
Oh man!
You even saw it. I mean, there was not too much lighting, which I loved. You saw the sun going down. You felt, oh shit, it's turning dark.
Right.
You understand? Not like a lot of films, they just keep having the fucking spotlights on so you could get better lighting.
I have to admit though, since it is kind of like the Arctic, the nights and days do last a little bit longer, but I'm just being a nerd about it right now.
Well, they were there for a long time and they were waiting for Frankenstein.
That's true. That's true. And they had those snowmobiles and Frankenstein monster like systematically bit by bit got rid of them.
One thing I did notice about this film, it takes a while for anything to go on because what they want you to do is what I know what the film is actually trying to do is trying to establish the characters in the film.
Yes.
So it takes. Now this is not a film where you're going to see blood and gore. Absolutely not. Because an hour into this film, you don't see blood and gore.
But the truth is that you don't need it.
Right. You use your imagination, just like in Blair Witch.
Exactly.
So you see things actually happening off camera, but you hear them and you feel it and you get scared.
Yeah.
You understand? It's not all about blood and gore. It's about your imagination. This film does that. There is blood, of course, but not to the extent where it's like somewhere you're gonna grab your friends and bring them over and let's watch a horror film. No, this is more of the horror film where it's more thinking and more.
Right, but let's talk a little bit, Vic. And I hate to break this a little bit, but the ending wasn't all that.
Okay, yeah. Me and Ralph agree on that.
Yeah.
The ending was abrupt. I'm not going to tell you how it ends. If you watch the film, you'll see for yourself. Expect the ending to be abrupt. I mean, what disappointed me about the film was that you end up investing yourself into these characters, and for then suddenly the film to just end like that, it shouldn't have.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was directing this film, I would have had several different endings, and I would have at least tested it out with a group of people to tell me which is the better.
Maybe he did, and maybe he got approval for that one.
I don't know, but
I didn't. You wouldn't have gotten it from me though.
I would have been, if I was in that room, I would have said, change the ending, dude.
Yeah.
I would have done that.
The ending was and all that, and it's the ending that influenced my decision on how many coffee cups.
Me too. I just think that when I see endings erupt like this, I'm thinking that
total shutdown.
No, yeah, I know what I'm saying, but I'm thinking that did they run out of footage? did the guy says, okay, you only have 90 minutes to film this film.
Yeah, so
you went a little overboard, cut it off.
Yeah, so they were like, we only got like 5 feet of footage left, of film left. Okay, just have them do this, and then that's it.
Or maybe the director, which this is what I think would really happen, he wanted to leave you thinking that Frankenstein is still out there and trying to get you, to leave you leaving probably the theater scared.
I could have thought of a few other ways to make that come out.
Yep. And Blair Witch did the same thing. It ended in a way abruptly. I mean, the girls chasing the guy.
But you kind of, but the difference between Blair Witch and that one, like in Blair Witch, it gave us the sense that it did happen. Remember when it first came out, people actually thought it really was real footage.
I know that.
So of course it disturbed you like that when you first saw it, and then when the actors finally came out and said, fooled you, everybody was like, oh, that was good though. So in this case, we know it's a movie, we know it's not real. Frankenstein, come on, so it's kind of like this whole thing, but. As a result, I gave this film 2 coffee cups. Now, I know after giving it so much praise the way I did right now, you might be wondering, Ralph, why are you just giving it 2 then? Because of the ending. The ending kind of like messed it up. Had it not been for the ending, I would have made this a keeper. I definitely recommend you watch it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because there's a lot of films on Netflix or films that you see that you buy in Best Buy or whatever where you get your films from.
Yeah.
There are a lot of crappy films out there.
Yes.
And a lot of crappy films that end badly, and there's a lot of even good films that end terrible. Mm-hmm. You understand? But this is a film that actually was good that just ended bad.
It had so much potential, it just ended badly, in our opinion. So but check it out and let us know what you think. There's
a lot of horror films on
Netflix is chock full of horror films. It's an awesome source.
Yeah, you got so much variety.
Yeah.
So see the Frankenstein theory. Tell me what you think. I'm telling you, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. The ending was the only disappointment. You got to watch it anyway. Now, two stars. We're not putting the movie down. 2 stars. What am I saying? 2 coffee cups. We're not putting the movie down because it's 2 coffee cups.
Right.
We are actually telling you it's pretty good, but the ending was.
Yeah, it's the ending that did it. So check it out. Let us know what you think. I want to know. We want to know.
Exactly.
www.horrorcoffee.blogspot.com. All right,
Go on our YouTube channel. We have a YouTube channel.
On YouTube channel and on www.dynamichigh.com as well. We have a segment there. Right. So check us out and let us know what you think. Give us your input. Whatever movies you want us to see and review, let us know as well. All right. So please, guys, this is we're gonna continue with the horror and coffee thing. We were gone for a little bit, but we're back. We're doing it, and we're gonna continue to review more horror films as the year progresses, and old ones, new ones.
And if you have requests for horror films that you want us to review, just jot it down in the comments, and we will review them.
Absolutely.
Because believe me, we like all types of horror films. As long as they're good, they could be low budget, they could be any type of genre of horror.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we love them all. We just need to review them, see them, and give you our opinion of them.
Exactly.
Are they keepers or are they not?
Exactly. So guys and gals, please let us know. Check us out. Check us out on Twitter. Check us out on even on a Facebook page I created, and on the other websites that I mentioned. Until next time, guys. Enjoy your coffee.
Enjoy your coffee, fellas.
And drink up, and make sure you take a nap afterwards. See ya.